I gotta tell you, I'm a little nervous for this one because I really don't want to screw it up. Hey Marie, so as you know, there are a lot of things in this world that are important to me. That's just the kind of person I am. I have the unfortunate inability to divide my love, and so I end up just giving a bunch of love everywhere. But YouTube is something that is very near and dear to my heart. I remember watching when I was younger. The Jonas Brothers video where they're turning the table was my first YouTube video, and then I remember when Tayson Day released Chocolate Rain. I was subscribed to Shane Dawson back when he had a day job. YouTube was an active part of my childhood, and it continues to be an active part of my adulthood. Adulthood? Am I an adult? Oh my god, who let that happen? Anyways, it's no secret that new media like YouTube and old media like television and radio are kind of in this continuous fight. Actually, it's not really much of a fight. It's kind of like when the older sibling goes around and changes the rules in the middle of the game so that they can win. You and I know how that is. That's basically all this is. But yesterday, January 22nd, 2015, new media history was made when 3 big shot YouTubers got to go to the White House and interview President Obama. They interviewed him, Marie. They went to the White House and they interviewed the sitting president of the United States. This is so super cool. It opens new doors for journalistic media, and it does about like 10 other things that you and I can't even imagine it does yet. There are going to be more things in the future that are a direct result of this working. That's so cool. It was groundbreaking. It was successful. It was a definite step forward for new media. So can you guess what the Big Brother old media did? You got it, Marie. They changed the rules. I've seen multiple reports from reliable organizations claiming that this was not real journalism, which it was, and that the interviewers were laughably incompetent, which they weren't, not by a long shot. So I guess what's happened in the past 24 hours is that old media has changed the definition of journalism and incompetence. Yes, sir! Even though the interviewers were knowledgeable and professional and just generally aware of what responsibility they had been given, they are still being called silly little YouTubers. Well, silly little YouTubers asked a lot of good questions last night, I'm just saying. So Marie, I figure there is enough bad circulating around this. I'm not gonna focus on the bad. I'm not gonna call anybody out, Fox News. I'm gonna tell you my top 5 moments from yesterday's interview, okay? Alright. First, let's talk about Hank. Hank Green, one half of the Vlogbrothers, aims to inspire and educate youth all across the world. He frequently speaks out on political issues in a way that is usually unbiased and always informative. Yesterday, at the conclusion of his interview, Hank told the president why he benefits so greatly from the Affordable Care Act. And this caused the president to speak out honestly and to a predominantly young audience, no less, about the importance of healthcare and why you need it. And then we have Glozell. Oh, Glozell, honestly, she nailed it. Glozell is a longtime creator who regularly speaks out on representation in the media, and yesterday she nailed President Obama on racial inequality. This prompted the president to speak out on body cameras, on policemen, and also the recent rise in activism in youth today. Can we talk about that? Because that was pretty cool. That was a pretty cool thing to see. Or maybe we could talk about when Glozell asked about drone strikes and the president explained drone strikes in a way that I'd never heard it explained before. And who could forget when Glozell, wow, there are a lot of Glozell moments in here. It's almost like she was the most impressive interviewer or something. Anyways, when Glozell talked about Cuba and she brought up her disbelief about our forgiveness of the Castros, she linked real stories from real people and real families that she knew. She personalized the politics. She didn't just give us numbers, she gave us stories. What a cool thing to do. What a cool person. Glozell did not have a bad question in the bunch. None of them really did. Then we have the completely confident Bethany Mota. She's my age. She's 19, so that's pretty cool on its own. Not just for her, but for me as well. I really felt like I was being represented in the White House. 2 thumbs up there, but she also asked way more impressive questions than I could have asked. So, nice job, Bethany. But I think what I was most intrigued by was her ability to bring bullying, the thing that she speaks out so much about. She brought bullying to the federal level, which is not something that I've heard about happening very often. That doesn't mean that it doesn't happen, but it never makes headlines. So Marie, those are my top 5 moments from the 2015 YouTube interview. If you haven't watched it yet, go watch it. I'll put a link somewhere. It'll maybe down there, probably down there. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up and leave your favorite moments from the interview down in the comments. Make sure you catch Marie on Wednesday, and I'm gonna see you next Friday. Oh, Marie, you're texting me currently. I'm sorry I'm not answering.